We'll continue that question we discussed in the previous video. That is, we were doing illustration 6 till the transaction on April 10th we have recorded. So we'll continue from April 15th. Purchase machinery and the place is Haryana. Payment is made by check. So you have to write which GST here. You will have to write input IGST. So the entry is April 15th is the date. Yes, we can continue from this. You write the narration for the previous one. April 15th. Machinery account debtor. You have to charge. Input IGST account because it is Haryana. Then we are paying by check, so you write to bank account. Then the value of machinery purchased is 20,000, which you must write against machinery. Then since it is IGST, you must compute at the rate of 18%. 20,000 into 18%. So this is the entry. The next one, April 19th paid to Surya in cash on account. On account means on account of the previous transaction. We have discussed its transaction. No? So on account of the previous transaction on 7th of April, you have purchased goods from Surya. So for that time it was on credit. Now we are making the payment. So now what we can write is Surya's account debtor to cash account. The date is on April 19th and the amount is 20,000. Then April 21st received loan from Anil and deposited the same into bank. Okay, so we are receiving a loan from Anil. That means you borrowed some amount and that amount you are putting into the bank account. So bank account will be debited. So bank account debtor to, this is receipt from Anil, isn't it? So you must write to Anil's loan account. That is a kind of liability. You will have to pay this amount later to Anil. So that is a liability. It's to be credited. So bank account debtor to Anil's loan account. There is no need of any GST to be recorded there. So you write the basic entry. The date is April 21st. Amount is 8,000. So bank account debtor to Anil's loan account 8,000. The next one is April 23rd, goods returned to Surya. The transaction you have to do very carefully. You are returning goods to Surya. So what's the basic entry? Surya's account debtor to, which account you will write there? Purchases returned. First we purchased from Surya on 7th of April. Now we are returning those goods. So it is Surya's account debtor to purchases return account, or it is used in the textbook as return outwards. Both are same. So purchases return or return outwards you have to credit. Then there is one more account you have to open, because at the time of purchases, just see your entry on April 7th, you would have debited an account called input IGST, isn't it? So that account at the time of purchase is returned. Now the goods are moving out from the business. So that input IGST which we debited earlier, now it is to be cancelled. So that to be credited now, cancelled means you have to give the opposite aspect. So now the entry will be entry on April 23rd. It is Surya's account debtor to purchases return account to that input IGST which we debited earlier, now to be cancelled. Now what is the amount of goods you are returning? Just see the question. It is 5,000 and that must be written against the purchases return or return outwards. We are giving it back, so it is moving out, return outwards. So that must be written against purchases return account. On this you compute the IGST at the rate of 18%. So that will be 900 and here you can write 5,900. Then the next one is on April 26th, that you can write yourself because it's easy. Withdrew from bank for personal use. So what's the journal entry? You are getting cash. Cash is coming into the business. What comes in to be debited? So cash account debtor, and it is withdrawn from bank. So you must write cash account debtor to bank account. Is it for personal use? Just read it. April 26th, yes, it's for personal use. So don't simply write cash account debtor to bank. It is drawings account debtor to bank. Understood? Since they mentioned as it is for personal use, you must write drawings account debtor to bank. If nothing was mentioned, you can write cash account debtor to bank account. Okay, that you write yourself. Then so April 27th, paid to Surya by check. That also you can write because there is no GST there. What will you write? Paid to Surya on account. It is Surya's account debtor to bank account. Since it is by check, you must use the term bank itself. So Surya's account debtor to bank account is the journal entry. Then April 29th, all these entries are without GST. So basic entries you can write. Received cash from Rakesh. Okay, you received cash from Rakesh. That time what will be your entry? Cash account debtor to Rakesh's account. Understood? There is no GST in all these. But if they are purchasing or if they are selling something or returning the goods or if it is sales return, that time you must consider GST. Purchase stationery for cash. Nothing is mentioned like whether GST is to be charged or not. But we know that when you purchase an item, GST is to be charged. And which GST? See whether they have mentioned the place. No. So assume it as the transaction taking place within the state and you must charge say GST and SGST. So we can write the journal entry. In between you have to write 3 transactions that I am not writing, but you must write. Then you write the transaction on April 30th. It is purchase stationery. So the entry will be stationery account debtor to cash account. We have to include GST also, and since it is purchase, we have to write input CGST and input SGST. So stationery account debtor, input CGST account, SGST account debtor. Are we paying by cash? Yes, to cash account. Stationery amount is 500. Compute 9% on that. So total you can write on the credit side. Write the narration, purchase stationery and charge GST. Then the last one, wages and salary paid, and specifically they have mentioned GST is not levied. So normally on wages and salary they will not be charging GST. So on this you have to write for this journal entry you have to write the basic answer, basic entry, that is wages and salary account debtor to cash account. Are we paying by cash? Yes. So wages and salary account debtor to cash account. The date is again on April 30th. So that is how you have to write the entries for this question. Now we will move on to ledger account preparation, and as you know we have to do so many ledger accounts in this question. The question is lengthy. Starting from cash account, that's the first account you have to do. The next account will be capital. Just look into the entries that you wrote. In the same order you have to write you have to prepare the ledger accounts. So cash, then capital, purchases, input CGST, input SGST, then again there is cash, but no need to do it again since we prepared it first. Then bank account, you have to remember one thing, cash and bank account both are separate ledger accounts. Don't consider it as one and the same. Cash means cash in hand, bank means cash at bank. So you must do these two ledger accounts separately. So similarly, you have to do each and every ledger account. The last one would be wages and salaries account. Okay, in the textbook they have followed a different order, but you follow the order in which you have written the journal entries. Just like we practice, you do it. No need to look into the textbook. You can just compare your balancing figure, that is enough. Okay, so now I'll do cash account. I'll show how to do. The posting of compound entries I'll show once again. Then that GST accounts also I'll show how to do. Rest accounts you must do in your notebook and you must complete the question. So I'll work out the cash accounts and GST accounts. This one you can close and start doing ledger. Give the heading ledger. The first one, always you must write the heading of the account which you are doing. First one is cash account. And what is the format? Do you remember the format? We have a debit side and the credit side. It is date, particulars, journal folio, amount, again date, particulars, journal folio, amount. So this is the format. You just have to look into the journal entries and do the posting. Journal entries you have already written. Just look into that and do the posting carefully. When it is compound entry, you must do it very carefully. Okay, first one is cash account debtor to capital. So 2020 1st April, you write to capital account. The amount is 1 lakh. Then April 2nd we have to cash. That means cash is getting credited. Everything must be written on the credit side. And you must write the names of other accounts which are having opposite aspect. Here we have 3 accounts like purchases, input CGST, input SGST. All these 3 accounts are having opposite aspect. All these 3 are having debit aspect. So all these 3 must be written on the credit side of cash. It's on April 2nd. By purchases account, by input CGST and by input SGST, and all these are having the same date, April 2nd. The amounts, you just write the same amounts all together. Cash must be credited with 35,400, that's the amount there. But you can't write as a single figure. Since 3 amounts are written like this, you must separate it and write like it is given in the entry. 30,000 We have discussed the posting of compound entries before. Same like that you must do. Then bank account debit to cash. Again cash is getting credited. So you must write by bank account, and the amount, sorry, not the amount, the date is April 3rd and the amount is 50,000. Next is cash account debtor to sales. Okay, so debit side, cash account is getting debited. So debit side you must do the posting, and what will you write? The names of other accounts which are having opposite aspect. So here you must write all those three accounts, like to sales account, to output CGST account, to output SGST account. The date is April 4th. It is to sales 40,000, 3,600, 3,600. Take it from the journal entry. The next is, there is no cash account on April 7th, so you can ignore it. Then April 10th also we don't have cash. April 15th it is bank account written, that we will be preparing a separate account for bank. Then Surya's account debtor to cash, so that you must write here by Surya's account, and it is on April 19th. 20,000 is the amount. Then next entries, yes, April 29th we have cash to Rakesh, so that you write to Rakesh's account 10,000. Then April 30th, two transactions we have, both are cash transactions, and the posting is to be done on the credit side. So buy stationery, buy input CGST, and by input SGST account. Stationery here is 545 each. Then the last transaction again on the credit side you must do the posting, that also on April 30th, by wages and salary. By wages and salaries account 10,000. Okay, so with that cash account is over. What should we do next? You have to do balancing. Add your debit side, then the credit side, find the difference, write the difference amount, that is the balancing figure, on the side which is having lesser amount. That way you do the balancing, write the balance carried on, balance brought down, everything you have to do. So with that cash account will get over. You must do the balancing. I am not doing it again. Next I will show how to do the GST. The posting I will show for input. So this account you must balance and close it. Then next is input. I am not doing in the order. I am just showing how to do the posting in GST account. So input CGST will do input CGST account. You must do in the order of journal entries. Draw the format, give the column headings, This is credit, this is debit. Column headings, everything you must write. Now, input CGST, look into your journal entry. Where do we have input CGST? On April 2nd, we have input CGST. That is getting debited. So, you must write on the debit side. And what you must write? The name of other account which is having an opposite aspect. So, you must write it as to cash because other three are having the same aspect. So, you must write it as to cash. And which amount will you write? Amount you must write very carefully. We are preparing input CGST account and the amount you must write on the debit side is the CGST amount. So, here in this question, CGST amount is 2700. So, on the debit side, you must write it as to cash account. The date is on April 2nd. The amount will be the amount written against CGST. Don't write to cash 35,400. What you are preparing is CGST account. So that amount you must write. What is written against CGST? You must write here. We have done these type of questions before. Okay, then you have input CGST in the transaction on April 30th. There also CGST is debited and you must write to cash there. What is the amount of CGST? Just look into that transaction. April 30th, the entry, that stationery account. So that is 45 rupees. So this is how you have to do the posting. Input CGST account is over. Understood? Next what you should do? You have to do balancing. Add this. Here there is nothing on the credit side. So by balance carry down, you can write 2,745. Write the totals after that. Then you must take it to the opposite side. That time the date will be the beginning of the next month. That is, this is April 30th. So May 1st, to balance brought down, you will write the same balance 2,745. Understood? So this is how you have to do the GST accounts. We'll do one more account. I mean input IGST. We'll see how to do input IGST account. See, I'm not doing in the order. I'm just showing how to do the posting in these accounts. So input IGST, where do we have this IGST account? It is there on April 7th. Their IGST is debited. So you must write to Surya, but the amount you must write what is written against IGST account. That is 5,400. So write April 7th to Surya's account. Amount is 5,400. Yes. Then IGST is getting credited on April 23rd. So write on the credit side, April 23rd, you must write by the name of other account which is having opposite aspect, means you can write by Surya only. And their amount is input IGST amount you must take, that is 900. Don't take Surya's amount, you are preparing IGST. Then we missed one. April 15th we have IGST. There also it is debited. So to bank 3,600. Yes. This is on April 15th. Then you have, is it over, IGST accounts? Yes, with that it is over. Only 3 postings. Now you can do the balancing. Balance carried down. It would be on the credit side because debit side is more. Okay, so that you finish. The last topic of this chapter, you give the heading. You must finish this. After that you write setting of GST. Give the heading setting of GST. There is an order in which you can set off these GST accounts. And you know that Input GST can be set off against output GST. So we have three types of input GST, that is input CGST, then we have input SGST, and we have input IGST. So we are going to see what is the order in which this input GST can be set off against output. Input GST means the amount that we paid, that can be set off or that can be met from the amount what we collected. That is called output GST. So paid amount can be set off against the collected amount, and only the balance we need to pay to the government. For example, you purchase some goods, you paid input GST, it can be any of these, input GST 4 rupees 10,000. Then you sold some goods, it may not be the same goods, you sold some goods, then on that you collected some GST, that is output GST. Suppose you collected 4 rupees 30,000, all these we have discussed now. Now these two can be set off. What we paid is 10, what we collected is 30. So in effect what is moving out from the business, in effect what moves out is 20,000. What is payable to the government? It is the 20,000 going to the government. So we can set off always input GST against output GST, and the balance will be paid to the government. Okay. So the order is input CGST first can be set off against output CGST from the same head. You have to set off first. Then if that is not enough, you can meet it from input IGST, integrated GST. Similarly, SGST, input SGST first can be taken from output SGST, from the same head you have to take. Then if that is not enough, you must take it from output IGST. These two are similar. Then input IGST first must be set off against output IGST, the same head you must take. Then if that is not enough, you must take from output CGST, that is central GST. Again, if that is not enough, you must take from output SGST. So this is the order of setting off. CGST, input CGST, take it first from the same head. SGST also take it from the same head. If that is not enough, you take it from IGST. For IGST, first take it from output IGST itself, the same head you take first, then output CGST, finally from output SGST. Understood? So this is the order of setting of GST. So with that, chapter is over. Learn the basic entries first, then go through the compound entries, where to write input, where to write output, when to debit input, when to credit input, all these you must know. So study the basic entries and then you move on to the compound entries, then the setting off also you should learn. So with that, chapter is over.